Hi, Eugene Ru. Hello, how are you? I'm happy to see that you've been waiting. Um, okay, so hi everyone, guys, and once again, welcome to our YouTube live streaming for today. We will be having some. If you have any questions or concerns with regards to Canada immigration, please feel free to put that in our comment section down below, and we will try our best to accommodate and, of course, give you answers on your questions. At the moment, um, I have here Eugene Rue. Hi, Survey. Greetings from Eugene from Pretoria, South Africa. May I post links for jobs needed to be filled up in this forum? In Canada, you help us and others. I want to help the job seekers too. Of course, yes, Eugene, you are more than welcome to do that. We just need to make sure that it's a verified employer because, of course, we don't want fraud or scam employers. We just want to make sure that the links that you will be posting are verified. But yes, it would be very, very helpful for everyone there. Okay, so we're gonna do is we're just waiting for others. If there would be some people who would be joining us today for our live streaming, and this would be the opportunity for people to ask questions when it comes to Canada immigration. For now, let us just check for some updates from the CIC news, something that we might be able to share with others. And for those who are watching and viewing us right now, I would appreciate please put comments so I would know who are watching us today. Okay, hi Abdul. Abdul Rafai. Hi, hello. How are you there? I'm just... And hello Rakesh D. Hi. How are you? Greetings, and I hope that you are all doing well. And welcome once again to our live streaming. I apologize, I'm a bit tired. I just finished doing my skip the dishes, driving food delivery to people. So that is what I am doing right now since I do not have a job. I hope that you are all well, guys, and please be safe, especially at this time of crisis. Um, I just want to share some good news about Canada. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, has just announced assistance called Canada Emergency for the students. 1 second. Okay, hi, greetings. Vinicius Rodrigo from Sri Lanka. How's the formula? I hope all is well here today. So for those people who are just new and it's our first time to be watching our live streaming, I conduct live streaming every Friday and Tuesday here in Canada, which is, of course, depending on our time frames. Selvam, hi, how are you? Welcome, 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 guys. Let us just wait for others while I'm setting up our. Okay, just give me a second, guys. Okay. Oh, yes, Abdul. Right now, what I'm doing is I have shared this with everyone because of COVID-19 incident here in Canada. A lot of businesses, establishments, hotels have closed, and that includes the hotel where I work. So, unfortunately, it closed right now, and I had to do a part-time job. So right now what I'm doing is I'm doing food deliveries, keep the dishes. So because all the restaurants are actually closed, the dining areas are closed. So that's what they're doing. Okay, Eugene Ru, yes, and that's very good because I will also be creating a video tomorrow and I will post it the top 10 most sought jobs here in Canada. So people out there would actually have a good understanding of what jobs are really, really much very needed here in Canada for now. Some of the jobs, for example, are truck drivers. Truck drivers. Okay. Okay, there. Truck drivers, warehouse people, frontliners. So those are the jobs that are actually very much needed. Rakesh D. Okay, we'll go through your questions one by one now. So, okay, Abdullah, I'm very good. Thank you very much. Abdul, I mean, thank you very much for asking. I am very well. When issues Rodrigo from Sri Lanka, I hope you're doing fine. Hmm. Selvam, I'm very good. Thank you for asking. Juanicius Rodrigo, I am 50 years old. Can I immigrate through AIPP to Nova Scotia? Thank you very much for raising that question, Juanicius. The answer is yes, of course. You have a very high potential to come and immigrate in the province of Nova Scotia, of course, depending on your job qualification. However, AIPP does not have an age restriction, no age limit, as long as you meet the minimum requirements, such as having to meet a Canadian high school graduate degree. You should also have a minimum of CLB4 in your language. You should also have at least 1 year of work experience in the past 3 years, which is suitable to the job that you will be applying here in Canada. And if you would get a job offer from an AIPP designated employer in Nova Scotia that would be very much interested to come and assist you to process your immigration here in Canada, there is no problem. I have also shared this with you guys in the past, but for everyone's information, when I was processing for my immigration here in Canada, one of my batchmates who also got hired by my employer was 55 years old. So that's what I'm saying, guys. AIPP has no age limit. What is important is you get a job offer from an AIPP designated employer. Okay? So, Silvam, I'm from India. I have been working around 2 years, HVAC technician. How will I get a job from Canada? So, Selvam, at the moment, there are very, very shortage of jobs available here in Canada because of this COVID-19 pandemic. However, you just need to be patient and you need to wait because as soon as this COVID-19, which is the condition here in Canada is getting better. Some of the businesses are getting open. Justin Trudeau is also providing assistance to small business so they could come back and start operational again. So when this happens, there will be more opportunities for jobs, but at the moment, there is none. So you just have to be patient, okay? However, when the right time comes, I hope that you are ready. So start preparing for your requirements, and there are some job sites that are available, such as the job bank, and also there would be some job sites such as Indeed.ca, which is one of my best resources. LinkedIn as well. There are job posted over there, so I would really appreciate if you start working on your making your profile on your LinkedIn, because this is also a very good way for you to network yourself potential employers. Okay. Another. Oh, by the way, yes, it's Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak for to all our Muslim friends all over the world. I hope that you are that you are all well, and okay, Lalita Poon. What about the AIPP? Okay, what's your question there, Lalita? Abdul, it's very hard to sort jobs, especially AIPP employers. We are passing Ramadan in KSA. I have IELTS 5.5 and I have 30 years of job experience in nursing, which is very good. How to apply for a job in nursing? Vinicius Rodrigo, I already mentioned it last in my previous live streaming. For you to qualify, you need to do an NNAS, which is an assessment or an exam for or wherein your credentials, your qualifications as a nurse, all your documents, you have to send it to the organization, and then you would have to pay, and then they will ask you for an assessment. Once you get the assessment, then the government will actually be assisting you of the next procedures of how your nursing experience would be recognized here in Canada. Okay. Okay, let's check for more comments. Abdul, after COVID-19, how's the job market? Their unemployment rate is high. Yes, Abdul, one thing is for sure, after this COVID-19, everything will go back to normal. Canada will do its best to recover from the economic crisis, and definitely there would be a need for a lot of immigrants to assist in doing that, because obviously Canada knows that immigrants has a very big impact and help in ensuring that the Canada's economy grows faster. So there would be a lot of need for Canadian immigrants, and there will be lots of jobs when the jobs of course when the job market starts to open, then a lot of people will be hired and there will be lots of jobs for everyone. Rakesh D, please pick my question. What's your question? Okay, there it is. Any ideas, sir, how long it takes to complete endorsement from Nova Scotia based on your personal experience? Rakesh, as I've said, of course, it depends. Usually, endorsement takes 1 month to 3 months, but because of COVID-19, it could be longer. However, you just need to be patient, because once you submitted your endorsement application and you have the minimum requirements for an endorsement, there is no reason for it um, to be rejected. Okay. Gianpaolo Austria, hello. I am not sure what's with Alberta PNP, pero do you think they would accept my application via express entry if I have a CRS of um 300? Wait ako, they don't require job offer in Alberta. Gianpaolo, Austria, yes, different provinces have their own standards of nominating people, but of course, they always check the CRS pool. And of course, if your job experience meets the requirement for job in demand jobs here in Alberta or in any provinces, then they would nominate you. It doesn't matter if you are 300 plus CRS score. What is important is that the government or the province believes that you would be a great contributor to the growth of the economy of Canada or the province itself. So yes, there is no need for a job offer. However, there are at the moment most of these at the moment most of the provinces are not really focusing on looking for people to nominate under provincial nomination program, because as I've said, there are no jobs available for people and it might take a little longer. But as soon as everything goes back to normal, for sure lot of opportunities will open, and it will open your doors for opportunities to come and immigrate here in Canada. Okay. So, when issues, Eugene Ru also posted something about nurses earlier. So please check that post. That would be very, very helpful. Guys, if you are not members of our Facebook group yet, please feel free to add successful in Canada Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, or you could also follow our Facebook page, Canadian Immigration Updates by Ray. So that's the same account that I use to actually post this link. Abdul, Juzakal Khair, Ramadan Karim to everyone. Selvam, thank you for your reply. Have a great day. It is my pleasure. Abdul, my dear, please advise, is there any international recruiting companies who's dealing AIPP, RNIP cases? Um, the province of New Brunswick, basically, they do visit different countries to do recruitment trips, to do information session. They have several schedule already that they have posted. However, because of COVID-19, they had to cancel it. So that's one of the reasons. But as I've said, you just have to be patient. You just have to wait. When everything goes back to normal, New Brunswick is one of the provinces that visits different countries to look for immigrants that would settle in their province. So you don't have to lose your hope. Okay. Okay, call me Khan, not Abdul, please. Okay, Khan, sorry about that. Khan, I think I already answered your question. Lalita, if I apply through AIPP, which what CLB level is required for NOC type A? Okay, so Lalita, the AIPP program, the minimum CLB requirement is CLB 4. But since you are applying for CLB NOCA, your employer might request or require you for a minimum of CLB 5. However, that is the prerogative of the employer, because the program itself only requires CLB 4. And for example, for me, when I first immigrated here in Canada as a food service supervisor, which is under NOCB, our employer required us a CLB 5 minimum. So as I've said, it depends. It is not similar to RNIP, where the NOC, depending on the NOC of the job that you are applying, the higher the CLB level should be. In AIPP, it is not necessary that the case. As long as you meet the minimum CLB 4, And if your employer is okay with CLB4, then you could process. Okay, some more questions we have there. Okay, Kan, how's your Canada's immigration diploma have you get to achieve and possible to? Okay, Kan, I already graduated from my diploma. I think I already posted it in one of my previous YouTube live. So I already received my diploma in Canada Immigration, my Immigration Practitioner's Diploma in January. I will just be needing to sit down for the licensure exam to become a licensed immigration consultant on June. So as soon as I, of course, pass that exam, I would become a licensed immigration consultant, and it would be easier for me to assist you all guys because, of course, right now my hands are tied. I cannot contact employers. I cannot process documents, but my plan is as soon as I become an immigration consultant, as soon as I get my license, I will be partnering with different employers, different universities to assist people to get jobs. And also, if they want or you want to come and study here in Canada, it would be easier if I do have some tie ups or partnership with these different organizations. Okay. Can CLB Laita CLB required for AIPP? Yes, that's correct. Abayomi, hope your Canada diploma immigration is still on process because we need your assistance. Yes, Abayomi, as I've said, I already completed my diploma. I have my diploma already. I am just waiting for the licensure exam for immigration consultants. So as soon as I get that, for sure, first thing I would do is to inform you guys, and of course, I will help you. Great job. Thank you very much. Sefi, Maggie, hi. Do we really need to have an agency to apply for AIPP? Sefi, Maggie, to be honest, my answer is no. You do not have an agency to apply for an AIPP because what the agency does is they only help you to process or fill out your application forms through AIPP. However, what is important is you have to need to have an employer, and most agencies actually cannot provide you job offers because they are not recruitment firms. They are immigration agencies. So their job is to help you with processing your documents, but not to get you a job offer that you need. So that's something that people should actually understand because people are thinking that when they go and approach an immigration consultant or immigration agency without a job offer, that the immigration agency can help and process you, and they will pay money and thinking that the immigration agency will actually process or will start processing their documents, but after paying they will find out that the immigration agency cannot help you because you do not have a job offer. So that is one thing that you guys should have a good understanding before you get the assistance or before you pay. You need to make sure that you clarify this first with your agencies, because I don't want you to pay for nothing. Of course, once you pay, it would be very difficult for you to get refund on your money because immigration agencies are there to help you process your application but not to get a job offer. Okay, so I hope that's clear for you guys. Kan, great to hear that. Thank you very much. It is my pleasure. There are some. Oh, Steffi explained well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. If you have clarification on my explanation, and sometimes I understand, I feel that I talk too fast. So please let me know. Okay. Okay, can apart from Indeed.ca, which is the best site where can see AIPP designated employers active jobs. Actually, if you want, you can contact the employers directly. You just have to look and see the AIPP designated list of employers, and from there you would have an access to all the employers. You could directly check their websites and send them emails. So you could ask immediately, and you would find out if there are job availabilities that would suit your experience. Okay, so let's go check the updates first. Yeah, as I was saying, guys, Canada government also, Justin Trudeau just announced that post-secondary international students here in Canada will also be getting cash assistance of 1,250 Canadian dollars because, of course, Justin Trudeau understands that most of the post secondary students here in Canada are actually requiring part-time job to get extra money, but because of this COVID-19, of course there are no jobs, there are no employment opportunities for them, so they are given cash assistance of 1,250 Canadian dollars, while those people, professionals, and that have been directly affected, who lost their jobs because of this COVID-19, we are actually getting the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, which is $500 500 Canadian dollars every week, which is 2,000 Canadian dollars for per month, which is a very good help, right? And that is one of the reasons why I am so thankful that I am here in Canada, because the Canadian government really does not forget to help us people here, and they actually value us very much. So thank you very much, Canada, for that. And I hope that's something that would really inspire you to push for your dreams of coming and immigrating here in Canada. Okay, I have another question here from our group. I will share it with you and will answer it. Thanks accepting my request. Just I am returned from UK. I would like to apply for LMIA for Canada. Friends, I need your favor or suggestion, please. I have experience in food and retail. Thanks in advance. Okay, this is a very good question because for sure a lot of people who doesn't know the procedure, they will also think of this that they can apply for LMIA. LMIA, the applicant is not the one applying for it. It is the employer applying for it. What is LMIA? It is Labor Market Impact Assessment. So for an employer to be able to hire people from outside of Canada, they need to get an approval from a government body through LMIA. So LMIA is an impact assessment wherein the government should be satisfied that the employer did its best to actually hire people here in Canada first. And if there is no way, or there, after several attempts, that the employer was not able to fill in the job vacancy from someone here in Canada, then they have to apply for an LMIA to start hiring for a person from outside of Canada. They have to pay for 1,000 Canadian dollars. So what I'm saying here is the applicant should not be the one applying for it. The applicant should not be the one paying for the 1,000 Canadian dollars. It should be the employer. Okay? Because I know and I understand that there are people who are very much desperate, and people are being promised of LMIA. So you just have to be careful, guys. Okay? My dear, question from Kan. My dear, it's very hard to get connect more than 500 employers because, as I can see, it's very big list of 4 Atlantic provinces. Yes, of course, it's a very big list. That's why you need only to look for the employer or the industry of your experience. You do not have to contact all of them. It is a huge list. Yes, of course. But if you are really or very eager to get or to find a job opportunity here in Canada, no big list is difficult because you really want to do it, so you have to pursue it and you have to work for it. Okay, so there is no easy way of getting a job here, and that is one of the reasons why there's a lot of people who get victimized or scammed by people, because people are just wanting the easy way out. So whenever someone comes in and promises them of good things like this and that, and don't want to do a longer process, then that's what happens. Okay, so but what I'm saying, can that is up to you, because if you really want to do it, if you're very serious of coming here in Canada, you would do your best, or you would do what it takes for you to get a job offer. Okay, but of course, if you think that the list is big, then there's nothing I can do for you. However, what I'm doing is I'm giving you tips on how you could possibly get or look for an opportunity to come and immigrate here in Canada. You also have to start people working on your resume. I have created video about how to standardize or how to format your CV to meet the Canadian standard format, which is already posted in our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So please visit those videos so you get tips. Okay, so I'm just going through some of the questions here, guys. Okay, for your also advice, AIPP, it should for foreign workers, not opportunities for locals in Canada. Okay, so AIPP is yes, it is a program for foreign workers and not opportunities for locals in Canada. You are wrong in that, because Canada, the priority is always people here in Canada and people who are already Canadian citizens and permanent residents. And that is the impose or the rule of the government as well. So basically, there is an opportunity to get people in process through AIPP only if the employer is not able to get a local to fill in the employment or the job vacancy. So it doesn't mean that AIPP is only for foreign workers, because the employer can only hire foreign workers if they have done advertising, interviewing locals, and there is no success on that. Okay, just 1 second, guys. I'll just get some water to drink. But yeah, please post your questions on our comment section there. Okay. Also advise APP should for opportunities for locals in Canada. And yeah, that's why it's difficult because employers prioritize the locals first. Yeah, that's the rule. So there's nothing we can do about it. And of course, that would also, if I'm also an employer, I would prioritize people who are already here in Canada because obviously it would cost them less. And of course, if they can hire someone who's already here in Canada, it's also fast. Okay, but of course, Canadian employers understands as well how um, how people from outside of Canada works. So that's why most of the time as well. So people or employers here prefer hiring from overseas because obviously the productivity of people from outside of Canada is a lot better compared to those locals who are already here. Is it possible if I come on 6 months visitors visa and get job there so I can change stay there on Canada visitors visa? As I keep on mentioning, yes, it is possible. You could come here on a visitors visa, look for a job. As long as you do not work here in Canada on a visitors visa, that is not a problem. And guys, I always appreciate and recommend if there are people that you know who are interested to come and immigrate here in Canada, please share our videos, share our tips, and invite them as well to our Facebook page, to our YouTube channel, and so they could learn about Canada immigration, about the different programs that are available, and what are the things that they could start working on because you need to understand that immigrating here in Canada is not that easy. It requires a lot of patience, a lot of determination. So if you're really, really interested to come and immigrate here in Canada, you have to take it seriously and you have to start working on your requirements as well, such as writing your IELTS exam, such as processing your ECA, and looking for a job opportunity, and of course, rewriting and formatting your resume. Okay? So, guys, do you have any more questions or concerns that we need to discuss? Okay, I am checking the questions that have been posted in our YouTube channel. Okay, so comments. Oh, thank you very much for tuning in, Kan. I know you are fasting, and thank you for making time to join us here. Okay, guys, I have here some questions posted in our face on our YouTube channel. I will read it and give answers. This is written in my language, but of course I will translate it. Hello po, meron po bang contract or years na magstay sa Atlantic Canada if gustong mag-move sa ibang province? Okay, so the question is from Karen Bundalian. Hello, is there a contract or years minimum required to stay in the Atlantic province if they want to move to another province if they have been processed through AIPP? So, obviously, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm translating the question. So, what she's asking is there a minimum requirement? If it's under AIPP, actually there is no minimum requirement. Once you become a permanent resident here in Canada, you are free to choose and go and live to any province and work with different or any employer that you are interested to. So that is one of the rights of Canadian citizens and permanent residents here in Canada. So there is no minimum requirement. However, if when you were applying, you actually signed a document saying that oh you have to or requiring you to stay in that specific province, then you have to comply on that. You also need to show the genuine interest to settle in that province because this is Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program wherein you are being um, endorsed to become an immigrant here in Canada, intending or assuming that you would actually intend to live in the province of Atlantic Canada. But yes, as far as I know, as far as I understand, as far as your rights is concerned as a permanent resident, you can go and live elsewhere here in Canada. Sefi Maggie, is there any other process aside from AIPP and it is possible to apply for it? Yes, Sefi. This is one of the programs that I also have been discussing in my videos as well, the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, which is also one of the newest programs here in Canada. It is also a good program. It just started now in 2020, wherein there are 11 small communities participating in this program. So the requirements are closely or mostly similar to AIPP. However, you need to make sure that you show the intention, the intent, genuine intent that you would want to live in that community, rural community. So, unlike in other programs wherein you could move to another place, once you process your immigration through Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program and you become considered to immigrate there, you have to live and stay in that province. And different communities have their own job openings. So depending on the the in-demand jobs in their community. However, you could directly visit their websites. And that is a very good program as well because the good thing about that is there are 11 communities and it's not only limited to Atlantic Canada. You could actually live in the Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, British Columbia as well, even in Ontario. So yeah. Mhm. Okay. Kan, I already answered your question. Can you come to Canada on a visitor's visa? I already said yes, you can. You can come here, visitor's visa, and apply for jobs in person if you like. However, you cannot work in Canada while you are on a visitor's visa. Okay? And yes, that is correct. If you have to process your visa status, you have to leave Canada because AIPP visa has to be or any work visa has to be processed from outside of Canada. AIPP is more famous because AIPP started in 2017. RNIP is just starting now 2020, so that's why it's more popular. And I believe AIPP is one of the best or one of the most successful programs. And as you can see, most of the succeeding programs to immigrate in Canada is somehow similar to AIPP when it comes to requirements. So it seems that AIPP became the basis of the new immigration programs here in Canada. Hi, Dr. Rakesh, Orthodontics of India. Welcome to our Facebook, YouTube Live. Can RNIP and AIPP, what is time limit to close to immigration programs? So AIPP, there is no time limit at the moment. It was initially started in 2017 to finish 2020, but it has been extended and no announcement when it will finish. Most probably it will be permanent. RNIP, as far as I know, it would run for 3 years. However, most probably similar to AIPP, it might be extended as well, depending on the success of the program and the feedback, of course. Okay. What is the difference of AIPP and rural in terms of process or requirements? Basically, it's the thing is for AIPP, you need to get a job from a AIPP designated employer. For RNIP, you can apply for jobs directly to the community portal. So they do have their own portal where the jobs are available, and you could actually create your profile there. Upload your resume, upload your IELTS, your other documents, and then if you see that there's a job opening, immediately you can apply. Okay. Any update on LMIA, TFWP? What update do you want to hear, Dr. Rakesh? I noticed you become more fresh from the first time you visit to Canada under AIPP. Now you are not slim. Shala looking good and fresh nowadays. Yes, I actually gained a lot of weight. Um, of course, when I first came here in Canada, I was a bit struggling. The expenses are high. The earnings are low because when I was in a work permit, of course, and now I'm in Alberta, and that's one good thing about being a permanent resident. Here in Alberta, the cost of living is a lot less compared to when I was in Atlantic Canada, and the salary, of course, as well in Alberta is higher. The minimum wage here is $15, while per hour, while the minimum wage in Newfoundland when I was there is $11.40. So yeah, you could see that now I'm earning better compared to before. So now I can focus. And here also I have my family here in Alberta, Canada. So, my mom cooks food for me, so I tend to eat more. So that's the reason why I'm gaining weight. But thank you for noticing that, Can. Big thanks, Effie. Oh, I appreciate that. You're welcome. Okay, Braces Dental, temporary foreign work permit. I was asked for supplement information. With that, I'm not really quite sure why they're actually asking you supplement information. Because when you're applying for temporary foreign work permit, you just have to get an LMIA from your employer, and your LMIA is valid for 6 months. This LMIA will be the one that you would actually use to apply for a work permit from your visa office in India. And that supplemental thing, I'm not really quite sure because I'm not familiar with that. Now seems tension free in Canada. Yes, it is. Are you jobless now due to COVID-19? Yes. I have been laid off from my job. Actually, the whole hotel has closed, shut down because of this COVID-19. Of course, there are no tourists, there are no visitors. So the hotel has to shut down. And all of us are jobless. But I am very happy and thankful with the Canadian government because they are still providing us social assistance or cash assistance to help us live our lives here in Canada. Okay, braces dental as I am under process under LMIA. Okay, then that's good. Adam Caverte, good day. Ray, any idea of QSWP, how it works? Thank you. Okay, so Adam Caverte, QSWP is similar to regular federal work permit. QSWP is Quebec. So, of course, Quebec has its own immigration process. However, most of the requirements are also the same. The thing is, of course, you have to show an intention that you want to live in Quebec, and you must be able to speak French. That is a requirement with that. And of course, some it's also a point system wherein, of course, you will be how do you say that? You will be graded depending on your qualifications, your education, your command of the French language, if you have relatives or if you have visited in Quebec. So those kind of things. It's a point system as well. And of course, if you would be able to meet those requirements, it's also you would have an opportunity to apply for permanent residence in Quebec. Okay, so they ask basically for my past foreign trips. Yes, braces dental, that is a requirement. They will ask for your all the countries that you visited all the countries that you visited. You would also be providing your addresses if you still know. For example, if you work in the Middle East or anywhere else other than India, that is because when they do or when they process your background check, your criminal background check, they would actually be making sure that they check all the countries that you visited. That's why they will ask for it. They are very much interested or they want to make sure that you do not have any criminal record in any of the countries in the world. Okay. So, from Can, so how can your income and running kitchen expenses from government? So, as I've said, right now, the government provides us, for example, 500 Canadian dollars every week, which is 2,000 Canadian dollars every month. So, which is a very good amount of money. And I would say that's why even this amount of money that the government is actually providing us, it's even more than what I was actually earning when I was working in Newfoundland. So it's a good money. They are braces dental. They are asking more information, or shall I assume it is or shall assume that the file is on move. That's a lot of sharing. This So braces dental, they are asking more information. So shall I assume that the file is on move? So yes, if they're actually asking for you just need to provide whatever additional information that they are asking because obviously they are working on your application. And the reason why they're actually asking you further is because they want to know you better. That means that means that they're actually working on your application, so you do not have to worry. That's normal. Okay, Okuns Joy Egbamuno, thanks a lot for sharing these great information. Oh, it is my pleasure, and I always appreciate people coming and joining us in our live streaming. It's always good to have viewers when we do live streaming, and of course, I want also to share my knowledge and information. It's also my opportunity to, to become more familiar with the immigration processes as well, because I'm working towards becoming an immigration consultant. I just completed my immigration practitioner's diploma in January, and I will be sitting for the immigration licensure exam. So this is also good way for me to be more, to master more the programs, and of course, while doing that, to share the information with you as well, guys. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so let's go for some more questions. Okay, there is a question here raised by Quality Hour Ebuade. Please, could you advise me on what to do? I applied for a job and the employer requested that I get certification from the province. So I really do not understand the question here, because if you apply for a job, then it is the employer who would actually process everything. And they, from the message here says that the employer is requesting that she gets a certification from the province. The something is very unclear to me, because the employer should not be asking for a certification from the province, because depending on the program, the employer, of course, being here in Canada, is should be the ones asking for those documents from the Canada government. Teddy Navarro, is there a need for a work experience to apply for a customer service representative from an employer? Of course, it is a requirement for any jobs that you're interested to apply here in Canada. Of course, you need to have the necessary work experience. Canada will not hire someone from outside of Canada who doesn't have the experience. Okay, there's a question here from Shara Manus on my video about rural and northern immigration pilot program in Vernon, British Columbia. Question is, do you need the education for this program? Yes, as I've said, if you're applying for AIPP or for RNIP, the minimum education requirement is you have to have at least completed Canadian high school graduate. If you did not study here in Canada, and you studied, of course, in your country, you can process your ECA or Educational Credential Assessment, and it has to meet the Canadian high school standard. Okay? Shara, I think many people from the developing world have got to into Canada because there was a shortage of workers. Yes, that is correct. That is true. There's a lot of shortage of workers here in Canada, so you just have to be ready every time. Okay, Valerie Olson. No, not really. Hannah Lira, hi sir. How many months or years Thus, AIPP application takes the processing for permanent residents under AIPP is 6 months. Okay. Braces dental question is I want to start investment route also. Any businesses for sale? Appreciate your response so far. At the moment, I do not have or I do not know any idea about businesses for sale here in Canada, but you can always research. But at the moment, I do not have any information about it yet. Okay, so guys, I have been having the live stream for an hour already, so I think that would be enough for today. The next live streaming will happen on Tuesday. I will announce, post the time, so just make sure that you bear with me. You can also put your question in advance on the link that I will post, so it would be easier for me to provide you answers. Okay, and also thank you very much, guys, for joining me once again for this session of Canada Immigration Updates live streaming. And definitely I look forward to see you on Tuesday, and hopefully I would be able to post another video tomorrow about the top highly sought jobs here in Canada at the moment. And if you have not done so, please, I would appreciate, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell as well, so you would get notified whenever I upload a new video. And please also follow and like our Facebook page, Canada Immigration Updates by Ray. So thank you very much, guys, and I appreciate you joining me today. See you next time. Have a good day and be safe at your homes, please.